out there, this is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 24 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best free 99 overall Season 7 token golden tickets to add to your MUT 24 squad. Let's start the video by going over how to earn this free fantasy pack. It's going to contain 15 different golden tickets to choose from. We'll break down the best ones. We're going to break down all of them, talk about why you don't want to pick certain cards. But in order to earn this fantasy pack, you're going to have to get to level 24 of your Season 7 Field Pass. So at level 4, 14, and 24, you're going to earn Season 7 tokens. I'll go back to level 14 to show you the example here. Season 7 set token. So one token can be traded in for a 97, 2 tokens can be traded in for a 98, and 3 tokens, which you'll earn at level 24. And I believe today or tomorrow, a lot of people are going to start hitting that level. You can see I'm almost at level 22. I didn't knock out today's dailies. That might get me to level 22, so I'm getting pretty close. But I'm sure a lot of you out there are going to unlock this third Season 7 set token in the next couple days. And once you get that third token, you're going to head on over to item sets, use your program filter to go to Season Pass, and you will see the 3 different options where you can place those tokens. So the one that requires 3 tokens, Season 7 99 overall B&D set token player fantasy pack. And if you read the description in the upper left, it says it gives you your choice, one of 15 99 overall B&D golden ticket players. I believe this pack is going to contain the same options for everybody, and we got all 15 of those cards to go over. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We broke it down somewhat by positional group and cards that I don't want you to waste your pick on, and it's always important to pay attention to the pricing on a lot of these cards. The higher the cost on some of them, the more in demand they are, which gives you kind of an idea of how good they are if a lot of people are using them. So again, starting off with the bad cards here, we have Julius Peppers, strong safety. Could have been a great card. 6'7", 99 speed. Unfortunately, he has terrible abilities. Really, the best stack to go with on him is Tackle Supreme and Lurk Artist. He doesn't have any knockout abilities, no mid-zone KO for 0 AP, so the card's just not worth it. Derrick Henry quarterback actually isn't terrible, but there's just better free options out there at quarterback. In the Season 7 Field Pass, you have your choice of Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud. There's a lot of inexpensive quarterbacks out there. There's too many other good cards in this pack to waste the pick on quarterback Derrick Henry. And Breece Hall, I wanted to bring him up. He does get angry runs as a charge-up X Factor, which makes him pretty good, but there's just so many running backs out there in the game right now. All of the theme team all-star running backs are really good. Arian Foster's really inexpensive. I mean, Walter Payton gets angry runs as an ability, and he's under 400k. So again, solid card with a good X Factor that you're looking for on a running back, but too many other good options in this pack to waste it on Breece Hall. We then have a group of 3 different wide receivers to choose from. Larry Fitzgerald, probably one of the worst golden tickets that we've gotten so far this year. DK Metcalf is not a bad option, but I think the best wide receiver of the 3 is going to be Justin Jefferson. So if you're looking for a wideout and you want to go with this card, he does get a charge up X Factor. I would highly recommend going yak him up on this card. And then with abilities, he's one of the first cards that got the 2 0 AP buckets. And then in the third bucket, we got the 1 AP option. So for him, I would go Jukebox and Route Technician. That's going to help against man coverage. The Jukebox and yak him up is going to be great after the catch. And then the 2 1 AP abilities, you got either Leapfrog or Wide Receiver Apprentice. On that, I wouldn't bother with either, especially when most quarterbacks get Master Tactician for 1 AP or Hot Route Master for 0 AP. And Leapfrog is certainly not worth it. So again, if you really need a wide receiver, Justin Jefferson's your best option. Those are the best routes to go with the abilities. But just keep in mind, you got the Fan Appreciation Welcome Pack, Plaxico Burress. Hopefully a lot of you watching this video earned the free OBJ from the House Rules and Theme Team All-Stars. There was a lot of free good wide receivers. Garrett Wilson in the Season 7 Field Pass. A lot of good free wide receivers that you can earn outside of needing to use your pick on this card. It's good, but it's not great. Our next section of players to break down in this pack are going to be the Scummy cards. And first up, we have Mike Alstott, which you actually might want to go with this card if you have aspirations of building a full 99 overall team. A couple important positions that you need a 99 overall are going to be fullback, middle linebacker 2, defensive tackle 2, kicker, and punter, and there's not any inexpensive 99 overall fullbacks. Now, you can go with 98 overall Christian Okoye, and if you chem him up, he is able to get to 99, which would help you build a full 99 overall team. But if you don't want to go through all of that, here is free Mike Allstott. This will help you get there. And you can go with the charged up Vanguard on this card. I said these are going to be the Scummy cards because there's a certain run meta that's going on right now with a bunch of Vanguards and running backs that are very hard to tackle. And Mike Allstott would definitely fit that scheme if you're going to be running that type of offense. He can get honorary lineman for 1 AP in that last discounted bucket. And then in the other 0 AP buckets, you probably want to go evasive and tank, though I can confirm he doesn't have the greatest juke move in the world. You don't want to make him a primary running back, obviously, but not a bad card, especially if you want to run a Scummy offense. And the same thing is going to go for tight end Vita Vea. With this card, he gets Secure Protector, Post Up, Matchup Nightmare, or Bruiser, all for 0 AP. So you get to pick 2 of those 4. Again, this card was really built for a specific offense where you're going to be running and passing or max protecting a lot. So you can go with things like Post Up and Secure Protector to help with the blocking. He gets Slot Apprentice and Tight End Apprentice for 1 AP. I wouldn't bother with either of those, but just like Mike Allstott, he's going to get Vanguard charged up for 0 AP. So both of those cards good in very specific offenses, or if you want to build a full 99 overall team. But again, with those 2, personally, I wouldn't waste either of my picks on them. This pack is going to contain some really good user linebacker, so if you're looking for a player or 2 to do that, this pack is going to be good for you. The first one up, I think, was an underrated golden ticket. It's going to be Patrick Willis. Attributes on the card obviously are really good. For his 4 0 AP abilities, you get to pick 2 of these 4. You got Inside Stuff, Lurk Artist, Mid-Zone KO, and Tackle Supreme. Now, the ideal setup is on a middle linebacker or a user linebacker is going to be Lurk Artist, Mid-Zone KO, and Tackle Supreme. And a guy like Derek Brooks actually gets all 3 of those for 0 AP. With this card, what you would probably have to do is go Mid-Zone KO and Tackle Supreme together for 0. And if you go back to one of the earlier buckets in his upgrade path, he can actually get Lurk Artist for 1 AP. So you are going to have to spend 1 AP, but that will give you those 3 abilities together for the 1 AP. And then in his last bucket, he has either Demoralizer or Mid-Route KO. If you do find that you put your linebackers in coverage, man coverage occasionally, even with the new meta that's going on right now, Medium Route KO is not a bad option. Otherwise, don't worry about that bucket. And for his charge up X factors, he's either going to get Avalanche or Dual Threat. That's going to be the same with all 3 of the cards we're going to mention at the linebacker position. Those are the 2 options that I would recommend. I think Dual Threat is going to be a little bit better. The next one up is going to be Kelvin Megatron Johnson. Again, all the attributes on these cards are great. There's no need to break them down. He is 6'5", so he's obviously going to be a lot taller than Patrick Willis. And when it comes to his abilities, it's a little bit better for Megatron. So he gets Mid-Zone KO, Medium Route KO, Tackle Supreme, and Lurk Artist all together for 0. You can do the same thing where you go Mid-Zone and Tackle Supreme for 0 and pay the 1 AP for the Lurk Artist. And then in the last bucket, you got Edge Threat Elite, which is definitely not worth it for 1 AP, or Deep Zone KO for 1 AP. That one actually is not bad, because if you do put your middle linebacker or user linebacker in a deep purple or deep blue to cover like the middle of the field, maybe on deep post routes, he's going to get there with the speed and the height, and the fact that he has that Deep Zone KO, he probably should get some knockouts. So I really, really do like this card, but I think the best option of the 3 user linebackers is going to be the middle linebacker, Rob Gronkowski, 6'6", also with stock 99 speed. And again, same ability setup here, Tackle Supreme, Mid-Zone KO, Medium Route KO, and Lurk Artist. So you're going to do the same thing, Tackle Supreme, Mid-Zone KO for 0, spend the 1 AP for Lurk Artist, and then you get your choice of either 1 AP Enforcer or 1 AP Flat Zone. Either of those aren't bad options if you have the ability points free. Me personally, I would probably go Enforcer over Flat Zone since I run a lot of man coverage. And like I said earlier with Willis, the same thing's going to go for Megatron and this Gronk card. You're probably going to want to go with the charge up X factor of Dual Threat. And I do think probably top 3 cards to choose from out of this pack, Gronk is going to be in that situation, that discussion. If you need a middle linebacker, this is the one that I would go with. We close out the video with 3 cards that you can play in your secondary. The first one is going to be Jesse Bates, which I think was another kind of underrated golden ticket. I would only play him as a high coverage safety because of his discounted abilities. He's 6'1", 91 speed, 99 zone, only 91 man coverage, so I'd keep him in zone for the most part. Now with his 0 AP ability discounts, you get your choice of Deep Zone KO, Flat Zone KO, Pick Artist, and Secure Tackler. Unfortunately, to me, you can't really play any of your secondary without Pick Artists. They just simply don't go after the ball for interceptions. So in this situation, you're probably going to have to go deep zone KO plus pick artist. The good thing is in the 1 AP discounted buckets at the end of his upgrade path, you get either mid zone KO or tackle supreme. To me, or for me, I would go tackle supreme here. So deep zone KO, pick artist, tackle supreme all together for 1 AP, and he does get the charged up X Factor universal coverage, which is not only going to help knockouts on those deep throws, but it somewhat is going to substitute mid zone and flat zone KO if you play him, or if he has to come down in coverage once that is activated. Because it's a charge up, it's not going to be on the entire game, but it should be on for most of the game. At that same exact position, we have free safety Mean Joe Green. So if you need a free safety, this is going to be the better option of the two, and I think he's a little bit more versatile because you can play him as a box safety or you can play him as a high safety in coverage. So his 0 AP abilities are going to be avalanche, flat zone KO, lurk artist, and mid zone KO. If he's going to play as a sub linebacker, I would personally go lurk artist plus mid zone KO. I know a lot of people are in love with avalanche and that meta. I just never found it great, and I often don't fumble from it either, so that's what I would recommend. And then in the 1 AP bucket, you got tackle supreme. So again, you would go lurk artist, mid zone KO, tackle supreme all together for 1 AP. Now if you want to play him as a high safety, this is where the versatility comes in. You got lurk artist for 0, you got deep zone KO for 1 AP. The other one's up to you, out of avalanche, flat zone KO, or mid zone KO, but you definitely want to throw that deep zone KO on him if he's going to be a high coverage safety. And just like Jesse Bates, he's going to get the universal coverage charge up X Factor. That's the route I would go to use one of the 3 X Factor slots on defense. And then the final card is going to be cornerback Mark Bavaro. I think I would rank him in the top 3. If I had to choose a top 3, it would be this Bavaro card, Mean Joe Green, and Rob Gronkowski. With Bavaro, he's not good at all for man coverage. He's going to be a zone coverage cornerback and one of the best in the game. 6'4", 99 speed, 99 zone, 98 man, and he gets Eagles Chem, which makes him just a little bit better than anybody else in the game. So his discounted abilities, pretty similar to Mean Joe Green. You got avalanche, deep zone KO, lurk artist, and mid zone KO. In this situation, I'd probably go deep zone KO plus lurk artist. And then in the last bucket, this is an interesting one, you got tackle supreme for 1, which is really good. You also got reinforcement, which is a passive X Factor. This one's treated as an ability. Reinforcement doesn't give you the quick reactions. You're going to need your deep zone KO and maybe mid zone KO for that. But with reinforcement, it gets better block sheds and it reacts better to the run game in general, and it also gets knockouts. So again, he's not going to react quick without any knockout abilities to get those knockouts and reinforcement, but if he's somewhat close, you're going to get them. So again, I would probably play him with the deep zone KO, lurk artist, and then I'd probably go reinforcement. And you also have the universal coverage charge up X Factor, which can help in those short and mid zone situations without needing like a flat zone KO or a mid zone KO. You can also go deep zone KO, mid zone KO, and reinforcement, and then spend the 2 AP on pick artist if you have that availability on the AP on your defensive side as well. So let me know which one you're going to be picking down below in the comment section. Again, top 3 in no order. It's really based off a need, but I would definitely go Mark Bavaro, Rob Gronkowski, and Mean Joe Green, all defensive players. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.